Good afternoon, boys, girls, ladies, and gents. I want to cover a few different things here on this video, but I guess the first thing I'm going to start out with is fired this thing up, and it's still a little cold, but first thing I want to kind of cover a little bit is give Larson Valley Farms kind of a little shout out there, and part of this is going to be for him. Know that he had said in one of his videos, and I think it was before I subscribed there or had an account, that he was talking about getting a loader to put on his tractor there, and he wanted one that was he could swap to a couple different tractors. That's kind of what I've done here on this tractor. This is a John Deere 5083E. It does everything I need to do. I really didn't even need a new tractor, that's for sure, but that was the dumbest thing I've probably ever done, was buy it. But it was a toy. I guess part, if you're going to work and do this, have a little something that you enjoy. But anyway, I bought, when I first bought this farm, I bought an old Zetter 7711 cab tractor. Did not have a loader on it, two-wheel drive, and hope I'm not making you guys sick here. I'm trying to squirm around between trucks and trailers, but anyway, after I had a little while and got some money gathered up there, I bought this loader for it, and it is a Westendorf loader. And I really like this loader. Really like it. It's as far as lifting capacity, it's got the, they call them 4-inch cylinder, but I don't think they actually are a full 4-inch cylinder. Look more like 3s to me. But anyway, I used a buddy's John Deere loader and was trying to pull posts out of the ground. It just would not lift them. This thing will lift the back end of the tractor off the ground. But anyway, I had the loader. When I went to buy the tractor, I can't remember, but it was like $8,000 to $10,000 they wanted for a John Deere loader, and I just was not going to give that. And so I checked the Westendorf site because I did have this loader already, and it was just a few 2, 3, 4 years old, something like that. So I checked the Westendorf site there, and this was the loader they actually recommended for this tractor. This TA26 fits over 83 tractors, I believe, or 93, something like that. It was crazy how many different sizes and models of tractors this thing fit. So anyway, I just bought the brackets. The same time, we also have a Ford 5000. So at the same time there, got to checking, and they made the brackets for the Ford 5000 for this same loader. So I actually used this loader on 3 tractors, and I don't know if maybe I can get you a shot down here where you can see. There isn't any, I should say, stands on this loader. That front that you see that curves down over there, actually as you back away from the loader, after you've got 2 little clips down there that you pop up, that you can actually see right here over top of that bar. You pop one on each side, you start backing up, you start raising your loader, and that goes down to the ground, and that makes your stand. Back up here before I get. And then all you have to do is unplug your remotes and back away from it. I can be unhooked from this loader about as fast as a lot of people can have their buckets pinned and unpinned. As far as, I love the quick disconnect from the bucket on this. You just pull up 2 spring-loaded things to take it off, and then like you just seen when I hold it back up, you curl it back and it locks in place. It's kind of like it's not the same as like a Bobcat, but it works similar, and it's very easy to make, for me to make the brackets, because all it is I use 2 pieces of angle and put a cap on the top of them and the bottom for the pin to go through. I'll show one here in a video that I've made. So like I said, I use this loader on 3 different tractors. I usually keep it on this one. The brackets were not that high at all, so I bought them. I have them if I need that old Zetter. If it gets really muddy or nasty and I don't want to, I've got this tractor clean. That was my initial intention, was to use that Zetter to feed with when it was really nasty muddy, so that's the reason I kept it and used the brackets on it. So anyway, that's all I really want to say about that. I do like this Westendorf loader. I know everybody's going to say, oh, you need a John Deere. Hey, it is what it is. I saved 10 grand, and I got a loader that I really like. Well, here, I guess the next thing I'm going to talk about real quick is, this is going to be a barn here. This wall you see is a retaining wall. When I had my excavating business, every time I got a load of dirt or whatever that I could bring home, I built this up with a dump truck. I'll get a shot of that here in a minute. But in that retaining wall, there is feed bunk. That's 120 foot long. We're getting ready to build a barn here. There'll be, below that retaining wall, there's going to be 32 foot for the cattle to be under that we're going to feed. Above here, it'll be 48 foot, so it'll be 80 by 120. The top part here is going to be what I'm going to call my trading barn. There's going to be pins in it that where I can start my calves under roof. This end of it is the west end, so I'm going to have doors, big sliding doors, so I can close it off, because that's the direction that all my wind comes from. Other than that, the barn's going to be open. It's just going to be pretty much roofed. Be able to drive down along this wall with my TMR and just auger it over into the bunk, and then there'll be a gate right here in front of me. I'll go out and around, and then back down right here between these barns. It's already gravelled, as grass has grown up, but anyway, I'll go back up through there and not have to worry about it. Can't wait to get that done. I think most or all the material. If you've watched very many of my other videos, you know my father worked for the phone company, and I have tons of power utility poles. So the part down where the cattle is going to be is going to be made out of utility poles. Up here on top where the gates and all that stuff's going to be, it's going to be made out of 6x6s, for the simple fact that the gates are going to have to swing and meet different directions. It's going to be made into stack pins, a lot of it, and then feed pins down along one side there where, like I said, I can start calves. Down in this corner where that trailer's backed in, that's where I usually back all my trailers. Down through here, it'll be like 10-foot pins, and the working facility will come. There'll be a loadout where that trailer's setting the back into, and then also, I guess, if you cut left, it'll go out into the trailer, be loaded out. If you go right, it'll curve back and go into my working chute. That way all that'll be enclosed under roof. I do have 3 different places right now where we're working cattle. Have chutes different places. One is right here in this little barn that you see. My place is never this junky. I'm so embarrassed, but we just had the roof blow out off of that old barn, and I tore it down with a track hoe and trying to salvage a lot of the post and beam lumber and the 6x6s and 2x6s that was in it. And then this trailer over here I've got loaded full of the scrap tin that come off of it. So everything's just kind of a mess, but here's a little working facility here. I'll show it here in another little video, and I feed these calves. This is just kind of my little deal here, that I bring these calves in, buy them at the sale, 5, 10 at a time or whatever, and I can unload them there, and they're right back behind the feed bunks there, and I'll show that in here in the next video or something, and I can push them up through the sweep there by myself and work them. It's not set up where you can't pack 20 animals in there at a time. It's something that I can put about 4 in at a time, work 4, run them back down through into another pen there, and bring up another 4. But it works out really well for what I'm doing with it at this time. You know, we've got another barn there that we use once we get the calves grouped in big groups, and we've got a big sweep and stuff in there that actually we use there. And but anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble this long. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Again, I appreciate everybody's support. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy your weekend.